Once upon a time, in a picturesque town nestled between rolling hills and meandering streams, lived a couple named Emma and James. They had once been the epitome of happiness and success, their love flourishing like the vibrant flowers that adorned their garden. James was a charismatic and ambitious man, climbing the corporate ladder with ease, while Emma was a creative soul, finding joy in the arts and the simple pleasures of life. Their love story began in college, a whirlwind romance that continued to blossom as they navigated the challenges of adulthood together. As the years went by, James' career soared to new heights, and the couple reveled in the luxuries that success bestowed upon them. Exotic vacations, fine dining, and a lavish lifestyle became the norm, and they shared a bond that seemed unbreakable. However, life is unpredictable, and fate has a way of testing even the strongest relationships. James, once at the peak of his career, found himself caught in the crossfire of a corporate scandal that shook the foundations of his professional life. Overnight, he went from being a respected executive to a man tarnished by allegations and job loss. As their world crumbled, Emma faced a dilemma that would test the strength of her commitment to James. The financial strain was palpable, and the once thriving couple now struggled to make ends meet. Emma, accustomed to the comforts of their former life, found it increasingly difficult to cope with the drastic change in circumstances. Her friends whispered words of caution, urging her to reconsider the future of her marriage. Unable to bear the weight of their dwindling fortunes, Emma made a heart-wrenching decision. She filed for divorce. In the cold corridors of the courthouse, vows were replaced by legal documents, and the once inseparable couple parted ways. As the seasons changed, so did the lives of Emma and James. While Emma embarked on a journey to rebuild her life, James faced the challenges of unemployment and societal judgment. Determined to rise from the ashes, James took odd jobs, swallowed his pride, and worked tirelessly to regain a sense of stability. Years passed, and Emma, now leading a successful career of her own, looked back at the choices she had made. The glamour of her newfound success couldn't fill the void that lingered in her heart. One fateful day, Emma found herself walking in the same town where her love story with James had begun. As she wandered through familiar streets, memories flooded back, the laughter, the shared dreams, and the love that had once bound them together. A deep sense of regret welled up within her as she realized the magnitude of the mistake she had made. Curiosity led Emma to inquire about James, the man she had once vowed to spend her life with. To her surprise, the townsfolk spoke of a resilient man who had weathered the storm and emerged stronger. James had not only found a stable job but had also become a pillar of support for others facing adversity. Unable to resist the urge to see him, Emma sought out James. The reunion was both awkward and emotional, filled with the unspoken words of a past that had been torn apart. As they sat in a quaint cafe, the years melted away, and they began to reminisce about the love they had once shared. The rekindling of Emma and James' connection was both tender and tumultuous. Each shared glance and exchanged word echoed with the resonance of the shared past, carrying the weight of the years they had spent apart. Emma couldn't help but marvel at the changes in James. The man she once knew as the confident corporate executive had transformed into a humble, compassionate soul. He spoke with a quiet wisdom born from the trials he had faced, and his eyes held a depth that spoke volumes about the resilience he had developed during the years of struggle. In turn, James couldn't deny the lingering hurt that Emma's departure had caused. Yet, his heart remained open to the possibility of forgiveness. Their conversations traversed through the mosaic of their shared memories, both bitter and sweet. They laughed about the eccentricities of their youth and shared the pain of the mistakes that had torn them apart. In the midst of it all, they discovered a newfound appreciation for the journey they had individually undertaken and the growth it had fostered. As days turned into weeks, the town began to buzz with the news of Emma and James' reconnection. Whispers floated through the streets, weaving a narrative of love lost and found, of second chances and redemption. Some watched with curious eyes, while others, who had weathered their own storms, found solace in the hope that love could endure even the harshest trials. Emma's successful career, once the focal point of her identity, now seemed like a facade that masked the emptiness within. The glittering accolades and achievements paled in comparison to the warmth she felt in James' presence. The journey of self-discovery led her to question the true meaning of fulfillment and happiness. One evening, as they strolled through the town square, hand in hand, Emma's gaze fell upon a busker playing a soulful melody on his guitar. The haunting notes seemed to echo the melancholy of the past, and it struck a chord within her. She turned to James, her eyes reflecting a vulnerability she had long kept hidden. "I pushed you away when you needed me the most, and for that, I am truly sorry." James, ever understanding, squeezed her hand reassuringly. "Life has a way of teaching us lessons, Emma. We've both made mistakes, and we've both grown from them. It's never too late to embrace what truly matters." As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting hues of pink and orange across the sky, Emma and James found themselves at a crossroads. The journey of rediscovery continued as they explored the intricacies of their changed selves. It wasn't just about rekindling a romantic connection. It was about rebuilding trust, understanding, and the foundations of a partnership that had been shaken to its core. One pivotal moment came when they visited the place where they had exchanged their vows years ago. The dilapidated gazebo, weathered by time, stood as a metaphor for the challenges their relationship had faced. Emma traced her fingers along the worn wood, her thoughts a tempest of emotions. "I never thought we'd be standing here again," she admitted, her voice tinged with nostalgia. "But maybe, just maybe, this is where we're meant to start anew." James nodded, his eyes reflecting a mix of hope and apprehension. "The past is a canvas of memories, Emma. We can't erase it, but we can paint a different future." With those words, they made a silent pact to move forward, one tentative step at a time. It wasn't about recreating the past, but rather forging a path toward a future that honored the lessons they had learned. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. The town, once a silent spectator, now witnessed the gradual resurgence of a love that had defied the odds. Emma and James worked tirelessly to rebuild the trust that had been fractured, investing time and effort into understanding the individuals they had become. The town, ever supportive, played witness to their journey. They attended local events, contributed to community projects, and became an integral part of the tapestry that wove the shared existence. Through both joyous moments and inevitable challenges, they discovered the strength that came from facing life hand in hand. Emma's perspective on success underwent a profound transformation. She realized that true fulfillment came not from external validations but from the relationships and connections that added richness to life. The town, with its welcoming embrace, became a backdrop for the chapters they inscribed in the book of their renewed love. In a surprising turn of events, James found himself presented with a job opportunity that echoed the heights of his past success. The corporate world, once a source of turmoil, now beckoned with a promise of redemption. It was a moment of decision for both Emma and James, a crossroads that could either strengthen their newfound connection or introduce new complexities. As they stood on the brink of change, they turned to each other for guidance. The lessons of the past had taught them the fragility of success and the importance of prioritizing the bonds that truly mattered. Together, they made a choice that prioritized love, understanding, and the shared journey they had embarked upon. The town, which had witnessed their love story's tumultuous chapters, now saw the couple standing strong in the face of uncertainty. They had learned that love, when tested and tempered, could endure the trials of life. As they embraced the new chapter that awaited them, Emma and James understood that the true essence of their story lay not in the fall from grace but in the resilient rise that followed.